Why insolvency might not always be the end. Listen, when I'm on the phone to somebody and I mention insolvency or liquidation or an insolvency procedure, you can hear it in the voice. It's like, we might be on a Google Meet or we might be on a face-to-face meeting, and they go white when we mention the word. But insolvency doesn't have to mean the end. I mean, first of all, let me tell you what the meaning of insolvency is. I got this from Investopedia, by the way. Insolvency is a term for when an individual or company can no longer meet their financial obligations to lenders as debts become due. Before an insolvent company or person gets involved in insolvency proceedings, they will likely be involved in informal arrangements with creditors, such as setting up alternative payment arrangements. Insolvency can arise from poor cash management, a reduction in cash flow, or an increase in expenses, or a global pandemic. I added that last bit. It's a term, insolvency. What it does, it means you need to act. You need to do something. But it doesn't necessarily have to mean the end. Okay, your business is insolvent. Well, why is it insolvent? If it's a short-term cash flow issue, how can we fix it? Do you need to raise some finance? Have you got some assets that you can raise some money on? Have you got some stock or some machinery you can sell to raise some capital? If you're going into an insolvency proceedings, well, what are they? Listen, a CVA, a company voluntary arrangement, is an insolvency procedure, but it's an insolvency procedure that keeps the company alive. It basically allows you to put all your unsecured debts into one pot. Every month, you make one payment to that those companies. So instead of paying debts over, say, a 12-month period, you're allowed to pay that typically over 5 years, 60 months. That's a CVA. Yes, it's an insolvency procedure, but it keeps the company alive. Now, another thing that it might mean the end of one company, but it doesn't mean the business is over, is a pre-pack liquidation. Your company might be struggling, or a pre-pack admin. Your company might be struggling, but there's a good business there, but the debts have become insurmountable. Well, in a pre-pack liquidation, the directors may set up a new co, and they would buy the assets of the old company. It could be fixtures and fittings, goodwill, stock, plant, machinery. Take the staff over from the insolvent company into the new company and carry on providing that service, saving jobs. It's not for everybody. Your business we've got to be sure that your business is going to survive it going forward. But these are two things where insolvency doesn't necessarily mean the end. So please don't be put off about the word insolvency. Many businesses are struggling to pay the debts today. But the key thing is if you start to think about insolvency, or you think you may be insolvent, or you're struggling to pay your debts on time, you've got to take advice early. The sooner you take advice, the more options you've got available. I hope that's been helpful. Please subscribe to the channel. Chris, bye.